Good evening. The Children's Commissioner for Scotland is considering legal action over the rollout of universal credit. Bruce Adamson has said he can't rule it out as the basic human rights of children are being infringed with the controversial new benefit system. The UK government has insisted universal credit is working. Maura Kinneborough reports.
Give the workers what they're due!
A day of action in Leith as in other parts of Scotland. These protesters want universal credit stopped. They claim the new all-in-one benefit is driving more people into debt. Thousands of those in work here are also in poverty.
I'd like to see the government put a pause on universal credit. I'd like to see them to address the issues with it, and rather than thinking of it as a cost-saving exercise, which essentially it has been, I want them to look at the impact that it's having on people. So we want a fairer benefit for people.
They say more people are relying on food banks or being evicted from their homes. The long wait to receive the new benefit has been criticised, as has the complex online-only application process. The Children's Commissioner wants immediate action.
This is a human rights issue. This is about warm houses, food on the table and basic human rights for children. So we're engaging directly with ministers at the UK and the Scottish level to ensure that the system respects human rights, and we can't rule out taking further action, including legal action on this.
Any spare cash in there, Chancellor?
The Chancellor announced changes to universal credit in last month's budget, speeding up claim times. This afternoon, the Department for Work and Pensions issued a statement saying with universal credit, people are moving into work faster and staying in work longer. It says no one who needs support has to wait 6 weeks, and in the run-up to Christmas, claimants can request advance payments. Maura Kinneborough, reporting Scotland, Leith.
And you can hear more on that story on Sunday's edition of Good Morning Scotland from 8 o'clock tomorrow on BBC Radio Scotland. The Deputy First Minister is to raise the case of a Scottish Sikh activist detained in police custody in Punjab for the past month. John Swinney has arrived in India on a brief trip to strengthen education and business links. It's understood he intends to express deep concern over the detention of a 30-year-old Dumbarton man, Jagtar Singh Johal. Mr Johal's been questioned over the murder of a Christian priest as well as the attempted murder of a Hindu leader. He's due in court again on Monday. Mr Johal says he's innocent and claims he's been tortured. The Scottish Government is calling for a guaranteed minimum level of banking services after RBS announced plans to close 62 branches in Scotland. The Business Minister, Paul Wheelhouse, has written to the UK Government's Treasury Minister. A Treasury spokeswoman said the UK Government doesn't intervene in such commercial decisions. The SNP leader at Westminster is especially concerned about the effects on rural areas.
I think it would be reasonable to say that there's an element of national interest here, given the impact that this will have on communities. When you take a bank away from a high street, you stop people going into that high street to shop. They'll go elsewhere with their business. This will have a devastating effects in places like Kyle, like Mallaig, like Bewley. And so I think we have to say to the RBS, be aware of your responsibility.
Football, Celtic have extended their unbeaten domestic run to 67 matches after a 5-1 win over Motherwell. They're 7 points clear of second-placed Aberdeen, who host Rangers tomorrow. Results on your screen now of the 4 other matches in the Premiership this afternoon. Scotland's Gordon Reid is through to tomorrow's final of the men's singles at the Wheelchair Tennis Masters. He defeated Japan's Shingo Kunaida 7-5, 7-4 at Loughborough University. Well, that's the news and sport. Let's get the latest on the weather now from Judith. How's the rest of the weekend looking?
Nice and settled, actually, Sally, and indeed, good evening. Nice and settled right through till Tuesday. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight, and that certainly will be the case tomorrow. But we do have some cloud and patchy rain to deal with initially, but not amounting to much. Sinking southwards as we speak through the central lowlands and the south. Behind it, it becomes dry with fairly lengthy clear spells tonight. Holding on to a bit of a breeze across the far north with lighter winds across the mainland. Lows typically of around about 4 or 5 Celsius, but in sheltered parts of the east where we could see a touch of frost down to around 2 or 3 degrees. So we have high pressure very close to our shores over the next few days. This weather front here through bringing some cloud and patchy rain into the west coast come later tomorrow. But a lovely start of the day, dry with good sunny spells from first light. Maybe 1 or 2 showers across the north now, so we'll hold on to that brisk northwesterly wind. That cloud and rain encroaching into the far west by the end of the afternoon, and highs tomorrow of around about 8 Celsius. That's your forecast.
Thanks, Judith. That's it from everyone here. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Now, the UK Network weather from Ben Ridge.